So at an early age, my mom instilled in my brother and I to make sure that we're always reading. Ever since I was little, I've always been obsessed with books. You're just gonna be rude and just come in when my brother is like pouring some orange juice, so I'm trying to talk about and he's shaking the bottle. All right, anyway, so I've always been reading. I've always been telling people about the awesome books I'm reading. So today I wanted to share with you 3 books that I've read this year that have really catapulted my spiritual knowledge, as well as honing in on all of this self-love and self-goodness. The first book I want to introduce to you guys is The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. She is a writer and a researcher, and she has also been featured on Oprah, and she's just like a ball of happiness. So my favorite thing about The Gifts of Imperfection is how Brené lets us know about her vulnerabilities. A lot of these self-help books, they'll tell you how to do it, but these authors don't give us their personal stories. And Brené, when you're reading it, it's almost like talking to your best friend. It's a really, really great read. I'm gonna read you one of the quotes that really, really touched me. So, and it goes, "There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. So many of us run around spackling all of the cracks, trying to make everything look just right." She writes, "This line helps me remember the beauty of the cracks and the messy house and the imperfect manuscript and the too tight jeans. It reminds me that our imperfections are not inadequacies. They are reminders that we're all in this together, imperfectly but together." I love that. I love that. I love that. And it reminds me to, when I'm on the train, when I'm walking around in the city, it reminds me like we're all humans. And even though that person might annoy me or that person might annoy me, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all in this together, and we're all going to make it. I feel like everyone should read this book. Everyone knows this book, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's, it has to be a staple in your self-love and self-help and spirituality journey. It's a must. You must get this book. It's difficult to take on these 4 agreements, and it's not just a poof, oh, okay, I'm gonna live these 4 agreements. I'm gonna be impeccable with my word. I'm not gonna take anything personal and implement that into your life. Like, it's a little difficult, but it definitely has helped. It's helped me. I have a problem with not taking things personally. I can be very, very sensitive. So making sure when I wake up in the morning, I say to myself, Bina, don't take anything personally, has definitely changed in my attitude towards other people, and it's helped me be more compassionate with myself. So one part I want to read to you is, he writes, "To be alive is the biggest fear humans have. Death is not the biggest fear we have. Our biggest fear is taking the risk to be alive, the risk to be able to express what we are. Just being ourselves is the biggest fear of humans. We have learned to live our lives trying to satisfy other people's demands. We have learned to live by other people's point of view because of the fear of not being accepted and not being good enough for someone else." If you know me, you know I love Megan Good. I think she's one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. And I have become almost obsessed with listening to her and her husband, Devon Franklin. I love hearing about how they were celibate for so long, and how Megan, gave up her life to God in order for her to be able to be who she was meant to be, as well as meet her husband. I love reading about it, so I decided to purchase Produced by Faith by Devon Franklin. So Devon Franklin is a VP of production at Columbia Pictures, and he basically talks about how you can be a Christian warrior, you can stand strong in your faith and still be in maybe like a industry that is of this world. And me wanting to be an actress, I just figured this book is going to completely help me stay true to who I am, who God wants me to be, and still be able to have a very, very successful career in Hollywood. So I'm reading this right now. I will definitely pick out an awesome quote for you guys next time. I'm like in love with it already. It's definitely strengthening my faith in God and my faith in myself. You can get all 3 of these books on Amazon.com. I encourage you guys to let me know how your journey of self-love is going, and if you have any books on self-help or, you know, on self-growth, let me know. I love reading. I told you that already. I love reading, so let me know what you guys are reading. Thank you for tuning into this awesome episode of Beanie TV. Make sure to subscribe and share, and thank you so much for supporting.